Hey guys, if you're moving to the Champaign Urbana area, I've put together the ultimate guide and checklist for you that we're going to do in stages together. And you might say, Brock, I'm a grown up, I can do all this. I get it. What I did this for is so many people move or relocate to Champaign Urbana area and they forget a bunch of these steps. Some of these steps, if you miss, can leave you homeless and out in the cold. We don't want that. So I've broken this down to stages that I'm going to take you through and tell you why each is so important so that you can make sure it's on your checklist as well. All right. Hi, my name is Brock Collins. I'm a real estate agent right here in Champaign Urbana. And if you're looking for a certain home, certain neighborhood, certain school system, the dream home that you want to buy, let me know how I can help you the very best. I've been a local real estate professional right here in the Champaign Urbana area for the past 24 years. I've seen just about everything under the sun, and I can help you find that dream home and simplify the process for you. All right, so let's go into some of these stages, what they are. Number one, stage one is research. Research is important. The reason it's important is, let me go here. Number one is finding an area. Now, when we find an area, you might say, well, I can do it. It's easy. I'll just look online. It's a perfect start. In fact, majority of buyers start looking for homes online. Whether you're local here to Champaign Urbana or you're from a totally different state, nothing wrong with it. That's actually a good way to give you an idea. However, one of the challenges that home buyers face when they're moving to the area is they find that perfect dream home online. They might be looking at Zillow or those kind of things, but they find it and they can't live without it. This is the one. I love the layout. I love the tall ceilings. I love the backyard. That's great. But when they buy it, and in the past, they have found out some things about the home or the area that didn't make sense for them. School system might suck, right? Maybe it's way farther away from shopping. Maybe the amenities of the area aren't what they are hoping for. But the house, I get it. So we got to tie all this in on finding an area that makes sense. So in a minute, I'm going to pull up a map of Champaign Urbana. And I'm going to show you both Champaign Urbana. I'm also going to show you some outskirt areas that people are moving to that are pretty popular if you're looking for just a smaller location. All right, so I'm going to go into those in just a minute. While we're doing our research, I put up videos on YouTube all the time about the city of Champaign Urbana, moving to Champaign Urbana, tours of areas and neighborhoods that you might want to know about. So make sure you watch my videos on YouTube as you're doing stage one research. All right. So number three is narrowing your cities down. So as I talked about in this map, I'm about to pull up and show you, we've got Champaign Urbana. I want to show you some other communities that are right on the edge that might make more sense. And then number four is to plan your trip if possible. Now, looking at Zillow, any kind of online sites, always makes sense. It gives you an idea of price points. How much is it in this area, in that area? If you can plan a trip and say, Brock, I'm coming in 2 weeks on Friday. I'd love to spend the day with you. I'd love for you to show me around the community. Give me an idea of how it's laid out, right? We can do that. If you're not able to plan a trip, I can do a live video tour of any homes that make sense for you, that look interesting, so we can give it a deeper dive, okay? We can go there, live video feed from the comfort of your own home. I do it all the time and just walk through. And while we're walking through, you probably have questions about the house, but also the neighborhood, also the community, what's here, and will help just narrow down these things. So if you can plan a trip, let's do it. I'll get it on my schedule of what works best for you, or I can do live tours for you so that you can, if you're not able to make it. All right. So here is a map of Champaign Urbana. I'm going to highlight the city of Champaign so you can see where it lays, okay? All of this here is Champaign. Champaign has about 90,000 full-time residences. And then next door, we have the city of Urbana. People often refer to Urbana as the sister city, and sometimes often people think they're the same city. It's not. Totally different. The city of Urbana has about 40,000 full-time residences. However, this is the home to the University of Illinois. So when the students come back, there's about 50,000 students in the fall that add to this pool, okay? So when school's in session, a little more people there. However, overall, there's about 40,000 full-time residences. So this is the city of Champaign. It's about double the size of the city of Urbana. Both have very unique features of each city, each town. So we can deep dive into if these are the cities you want to live in, Champaign or Urbana, Illinois. What I want to do is take you on a couple of these outskirting communities. The website niche.com says that Savoy, Illinois is the #1 city to live in the Champaign-Urbana area. Now, the city of Savoy is right on the southern edge of Champaign. It takes maybe 8 minutes or so to get there. Unless you're already in South Champaign, then it's just a few minutes. The city of Savoy has about 9,000 full-time residences, so it's pretty small. There's a smaller, older section of Savoy, mostly newer houses that were built in the last 20 years and homes that are still being built today, okay? Now, the city of Savoy has a lot of cool things. They've got restaurants, shopping, grocery stores, all right here. The one thing that they don't have, if it's important to you, is the school system. So they do have, there was an elementary school that had been in the city of Champaign for about 50 plus years. That school was shut down. A new school was built in Savoy called Carrie Busey Elementary School. So if you have children in elementary school, there is that school there you kids can go to. Now, when they get to middle school and high school, they're going to be shifted up to Champaign schools. So it's something to keep in mind if schools are important. Great community right on the edge, southern edge of Champaign. Fantastic community. So, and then the city of Tolono is about a 10-minute drive, a little further south from Savoy. So this town, the city of Tolono, is, I would probably refer it to you as an old school, old town. What I mean by that is no grocery stores. There's a gas station, there's a couple pubs, some parks. A lot of it's an older community, and there's one or two sections that have been built out over the last 10 years or so. Small town, has about 3,500 full-time residences. So if you're looking for like a really small old town on the outskirts, Tolono would be something to look at. Now, the last place I want you to look at here is the city of Mahomet. City of Mahomet is about a 10 to 15 minute drive northwest here of Champaign. Here's the interstate, takes you right back and forth to Champaign and Mahomet. And there's a lot going in the city of Mahomet. Mahomet has full school systems, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school. They've got it all. Grocery stores, parks, outdoor activities, all kinds of stuff. There's a bunch of commercial and residential growth that has been going on for maybe the last 10 years or so, and it's just growing like crazy. So I show you this not to steer you in any direction, but to make you aware of other options that might be a better fit for you. So we've got Mahomet, Champaign, Urbana, Savoy, Tolono. So all of these cities are unique in their own way. But they're all very important and very interesting cities, and I wanted you to be aware of them so that you can make a decision if you want to live in the busier area of hustle, where the biggest cities, smaller than that, or niche down even smaller, to give you some options. So let me know if you have questions about any of those cities and how it would make sense, if it has maybe the amenities or school systems that you want to know more about. I'm happy to help. So when you move to Champaign Urbana, or move to Mahomet, or move to Savoy, you're looking for certain things. That dream home, the school system, amenities, parks, outdoor hiking. What is it? I can help you the very best. I've got 24 years of local real estate experience right here in this entire area that I can help you zero niche down to make sure you're in a perfect area that works for you and your family, and we can find your dream home together. So if you are looking online, by the way, it's never too early to start planning your move, looking at homes. So if you're doing it online and you're months out, or if you just want like, hey Brock, can you do a video tour? I found this house online. Can you do a live video tour for us so we can see, does this really fit? Is there something we're missing? I'm happy to do that. Happy to help you out. Just reach out to me. Let me know how I can help you the best. My phone number is right here on the screen, or you can also email me and just ask me any of your real estate questions or anything that you need help with when you're moving to Champaign Urbana. I want to be your realtor, and I'm happy to help you and make this a simplified process for you as we go along, okay? Stage 2, we're going to talk about financial and personal, okay? First, we're going to talk, if this might apply to you, maybe not, but we're going to talk about the schools. Schools are important. If you have kids, maybe you're transferring them out. Maybe you need to know, is it this, does this, do they have a good program with this or that? Let me know. If the schools aren't important, we can skip right out. But if they are important, I still got to cover this. Make sure you have your children's school transcripts. It's very important. It'll make, as you move here and you get your kids in the school system, when you're doing that, this is going to be important to have on you. Also, if you have a pet, a dog, a cat, fishes don't apply, sorry. But if you have small animals that you need to get a new veterinarian set up, if you have your pet transcripts, very important, bring them with you, all right? Make sure you have them with you so that it's a seamless process getting the new veterinarian that's in the area that makes sense for you. Same thing with birth certificates. As you know, there's some things we're just going to need those for. Make sure you bring those. And then finally, number 5 of financial and personal is your and your family's medical records. So one thing I'll say about the Champaign Urbana area is our health system is phenomenal. The health system here is just top notch. So when you're looking for a new physician, a new primary doctor, make sure you have your medical records with you so we can get you all set up so that you can choose the doctor that makes most sense for you and your family. Have these with you. The one thing I wanted to mention for sure is to, as you're moving, to not stuff these in a box. You might have 100 boxes and may not know where these important items are. Make sure you keep them on your person, in a folder, under the front seat of your car, but something that you have and you know exactly where they're at. Very important. Stage 3, let's talk about packing. All right, this is sometimes difficult to talk about, but it happens every time I help someone who relocates to Champaign Urbana, is assessing your items. Now, you might have lived at your house for 1 year. Maybe you've lived at your current residence for 25 years. And we as people sometimes just accumulate stuff. We have it, probably don't use it very much, it's stuff. So it costs money to bring a bunch of stuff that you don't need. And also headache when you get here of, what the heck am I gonna do with this? What this couch that I bought at a garage sale 6 years ago, it was already 20 years old and there's stains on it. Do you really need to bring that with you? Go through your closets, purge the things that just don't make sense to bring, all right? It ends up adding a lot more hassle, chaos to your move, all right? Number 2 is of those things to have a garage sale before you move. Sell some of these things, put some money in your pocket, and it gives you a free way to discard these things. And someone else is happy to buy them, all right? Now, when you are moving, chances are you're gonna need a lot of boxes. So you can go down to a box store right now and you can pay a fortune for boxes that you're gonna use one time on this move. Or you can go into your local Facebook marketplace and also small Facebook groups in your area, and you will find that people who have already moved to a community have all these boxes and they don't know what to do with them. They'll give them to you for free. Now, if you don't see the post, you can actually post on Marketplace that you're looking for boxes for moving, and people that have not yet put them up on Marketplace because they didn't think about it, and they're stacked in their garage and they can't wait to get this space back, are happy to give you these moving boxes for free. So that's an easy way to get some free boxes, and then when you move to Champaign Urbana, you get all unpacked, do the same thing. Free way to get rid of all these so you're not storing them if you don't want them. Fourth thing I want to talk about is movers. If you have just a little bit of stuff, you can probably move just fine on your own. If you've got a bunch, you might consider hiring movers. I get it. It's an expense. None of us really want to do it, but there's huge value in hiring movers. Keep in mind, if you hire John and Billy for 20 bucks an hour to throw your stuff in a truck and move it across the states, you're gonna get what you pay for. And hopefully your stuff shows up, and hopefully it shows up not broke. So keep in mind as you're looking, if you are just getting estimates for movers to move you from where you are to where we're going here in the Champaign Urbana area, that you hire a reputable moving company that will get your stuff to your locations, pack it right so that everything is good and happy when it arrives. All right, let's move on to stage 4 and let's talk about the move. All right, Brock, thank you for helping me. We've found this perfect house. We've got it under contract. We've got a closing date. You and your family are moving here to Champaign Urbana in 30 days. All right, we got some things we got to do still. All right, number 1, we've got to set up services. We've got to set up power, gas, water, cable, internet, all that stuff, right? Now, I would love to put right here on the screen the phone numbers, exactly how to do that. However, it just depends where you've narrowed down your locations to. Because Champaign Urbana is going to have something totally different than the Mahomet will have, than Savoy will have, than Tolona will have. So once we narrow down your home search, okay, then I can give you those numbers that are applicable for that specific area to simplify it. So I can give you these numbers. You can make some calls, set up your services in advance. So on closing day, when we close and you get that new home, all your services set up, ready to roll. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is planning your drive. If you can break this up a little bit into a couple days rather than doing a 20-hour drive, you will thank me later. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do a long drive. You'll be miserable, grumpy, tired, and probably forget some things along the way. So if you can split up your drive to shorter days, 5 to 7 hours for you and your family, they'll be happier, you'll be happier, you'll have peace of mind, things, and also some time in the evening there to think about anything that needs to be accomplished tomorrow if you have a checklist going for you and your family. The last thing I want to talk about on stage 4 is to know when the movers are going to arrive if you hire movers. So there's nothing worse than to get to closing day and you buy your dream home and your movers are not there. All your stuff's in a different state because you didn't lock them down. So in your agreements with a mover, make sure you get them to lock down a date that they will be at your new home. And that way you can move right in and start making that new place your home. So we've gone over some stages, some checklist. What we've got to do now is to find that perfect home for you. So as your real estate agent right here in Champaign Urbana, let me know how I can help you the best. And remember, it's never too early to begin the process of starting your move, looking for that house that makes the best sense for you and your family, okay? Let me know how I can help you. If you'd like some video tours, you want information about some of these other cities we talked about, let me know. Reach out with any real estate questions, how I can help you. Also, in this video, in these checklists that we just went through, if you found value in any of that, if it made sense to you and you appreciate it, please hit the like button on this video. That gives me knowledge to know this was helpful and to make more videos like this to add a little bit more benefit and make it easier as you're moving to Champaign Urbana. So reach out to me today. My information is on the screen in just a second. Also, it's in the description below. And let me know how I can help you make this the most simple move you could ever imagine. And I can't wait to welcome you to Champaign Urbana.